A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll go with the option. Coming right. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. This defense for the Rams, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took out more.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
So the Rams in great position here as they get things started. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
This is caught. Touchdown, Rams. Van Jefferson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was all capped off by the Van Jefferson touchdown reception. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is in his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
The numbers for him from a week ago. A boatload of carries, 114 yards, and a score.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame, he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 4 there that gives him a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And it's a fumble. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
They'll run here with Akers. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Kyron Williams, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
Don't worry about your hands, though.
Yeah.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession, as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So here are the Rams to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Steelers, and they lead this one as well as they start here 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Stafford going to give this to Akers. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Well, the Rams had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they moved back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So on fourth down, now is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And then bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that will bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. On the move past the 40. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Now we're first and 10 at the 11. After the interception, here's Stafford. Out to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And this one too low.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's second and 10. Now it's Jackson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. And it's going to be a first down. Well done. 15 yards there for number 15.
These guys have definitely been playing in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Jackson trying to hustle his unit up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Jackson. Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Rams will take over possession here up at the 44. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford.
Well, this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Another big play here as they strike for 31.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Off of play action. Here's Stafford.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Steps away, and that is incomplete. Fine work by the team defense to help bring up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Now Jackson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 16. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
On 2nd down and 4. Stafford.
That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell.
First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the gun, here's Stafford.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now Stafford. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
And not able to break away this time, as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now a play fake it at Stafford.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Called that a very strong gain of 24.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively. They're on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Kyron Williams.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Rams are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Patterson now for the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further, as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Ravens ready to take over. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up fourth. They're going for it with Dobbins. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. When you're trailing in the fourth quarter, you've got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on in the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And now they're in the hurry up. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A give running right is Akers. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. 2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 13. A minute 40 remaining. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Throwing, Jackson. Connects with Duvernay. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Jackson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Here's Jackson. He's got a man complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now Jackson. His pass caught at the 4. 10 seconds to go. Jackson. And it's caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here.